So what's up? Again, I told you that this is the millennial age. I'm a millennial. And at the same token, what I suggested on both Instagram, Twitter, my last podcast, my last prior podcast, and the likes is that just this. Is the 21st century, you got to adapt. And I wanted to incorporate some of this screen share. So as you can see, we're deep into the game at this point. And it's pointing a lot more opportunity as far as what's possible and moving forward in the likes, right? So true. But at the same token, what I was alluding to that is so true and so pivotal, so valuable in the likes is just this. I want to totally start, a predominant, no, not a predominant, maybe a moderate, maybe not even moderate amount of my podcasts with a lyric, whether it be rock, country, I mean, whatever, I'm learning still. So we're all growing independently together in the likes. So, like I suggested, also on Twitter, I believe, like again to reillustrate that I was going to get the screen share, and we're going to go over the briefs of some notable, at least one. I mean, I haven't been kept my ears so much to everything. At the same token, one notable boss move totally struck a chord with me, and at the same token, it goes to show that so much value in the whole thinking towards tomorrow instead of just for the moment, right? So I think that's so true. But again, a moderate thing I wanted to do was just this: talk about. Illustrate a lyric, a moderate amount of my podcast, maybe 1 out of 10, right? With a lyric for maybe a hip hop song in the likes or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I think it's by Rocky. I think it's Rocky Fresh. I'm pretty sure, right? It's a song with Rick Ross, and I think they're on the same team, right? I don't know so much about what's going on now. This is an old song in the likes, but literally he says this. It's a really intellectual line, and it was one of the best lines in this song. So it's that valuable. It's that pivotal. It's that critical. It literally suggests, I'm not focused on these clothes, I got some goals to hit. And then he later alludes to finish the album, then I'm working on the movie script. So that's so true that that's kind of the mind state you need moving forward. And as inspiration to that, and as exemplary ethics of that, is just that. I'm working on writing a script towards not the theatrical or fucking movie or the likes, really, at this moment in time. All things in due time. Sometimes it takes practice. Obviously, as this has been alluded to, you get better at everything you practice. You get better at everything you practice. So make sure you're practicing the right things. But I'm writing a script in my spare time to a short illustration on for the clothing company, right? Player in Control. So keep your ears to the streets. Some new hats are coming in, and again, not to illustrate so much, but it's so true that the king piece is so valuable, right? I think it all ought to be respected in the likes, and that's part of the implementation into the logo and the likes. Is just this, that you notice in the game of chess, in reference to this and that, how the king moves, the most powerful piece on the board moves, in comparison to actually the queen on the board, right? Goes to show the value of a woman. So that's neither here nor there, but this brand is for both men and women and the likes, or girls and young people and anybody trying to express themselves and the likes. And it might start off on a more this, that, more towards cater to the younger portion of the segment of the population and the likes. But it's so true that, there's nothing wrong. I mean, if you like a t-shirt, I mean, the hats are just like, beyond the scope of the conversation, as far as that's unbound by any demographic, as far as this or that. It's more so principle, and the likes, as far as, being on your shit, being on your toes, moving and progressing and moving forward, right? But at the same time, that's neither here nor there, just an off-topic subject, and I'm not even sure how it even arose, right? So at the same time, just keep it in mind, though. Of course, Player in Control clothing. So Google that shit if you need to, and realize that so much is coming up. So it's all good, but again, something I also wanted to concrete and reemphasize. Sometimes things need to be reemphasized several times. So one thing I wanted to emphasize, maybe in a 1 out of 10 of my podcasts, maybe more, maybe lesser, right? At the same token, it's so true. The 3 pillars of wealth, as has been emphasized by many people, prominent people in the likes, is just that entrepreneurship. So business ownership and the likes, right? Or just business, owning a business, right? So that's an easy concept to grasp. Stock and bond investing, right? Which is something you ought to be learning about if you don't know already. And we're going to be talking about a lot of this stuff, and a lot of this stuff is out there. And maybe into future lessons and likes. Not only is intellectualbossmoves.com a resource, there's lots of resources out here. So I'm not one to totally disregard all resources, because together, and independently, it's just about increasing one's viewership. That's my inherent viewership, but also my subscribership, but also to be progressive. And that's a mission in itself. So it's not neither this nor that, right? But at the same token, also real estate. So those are the 3 pillars of wealth, and those are something that I'm going to re-emphasize and re-come back to, because sometimes things need to be talked about with some frequency, to really make them stick, again, all right? And one other thing I wanted to talk about was open source software. So this is not open source software that I'm recording this with, like I alluded to, which is a great value, but sometimes I want you to keep in mind, you do usually get what you pay for, right? I think it's so true. But at the same token, it's so true also that, when you're limited by budgetary means, it's beyond the scope of the conversation that open source software is as I've expressed in this blog post, the plug at times, right? So if you're really like destitute, and I mean, even if you're not destitute, this shit, like, I think this open source software shit can be kind of cool, man. I think it's kind of cool. So I mean, I've fucked with Audacity and some of the shit. Like, I mean, I made some straight bangers on Audacity, man. So I can't say it's not like a real value. These people are fucking the shit, man. These motherfuckers, man, helping a brother out, man. So that Audacity came through before I got my a more in-depth program and the likes as far as for music creation. But Audacity, open source software for video editing, all this shit, man. I mean, can't beat it, man. If you're on budgetary means and you're restricted by you're not restricted. That's the whole emphasis, is that you're not restricted by budgetary means as far as there's methods and ways to circumvent any type of issue or obstacle that is to arise, right? So again, before I get into the breadth of the conversation, like I've expressed, literally just the whole idea that there's notable boss moves, just like is expressed and illustrated on intellectualbossmoves.com, right? So before I get into the breadth of that conversation, I want to talk about something, and I want to get your opinions. So leave a comment. If you and go ahead and share. I want you to go right now in this moment. Hit the share button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And whatever else support you can give, because at the same token, it's so true that that's how some of the social media and SEO are impacted, right? So let YouTube know this video has value, right? So that would be a quality kind thing to do, and I think at least I could ask, right? So at the same token, again, before I get into the breadth of the conversation, I wanted to discuss something that's literally about Warren's proposal. So as you know, inequality in America has been more and more profounded than perhaps ever before, or maybe it's just been I think it's even like it's been expressed, the gap between the middle class and the lower class, and also the 0.1% or even the 1% of the likes has grown. I mean, I'll have to look it up right now to get the exact facts, and with the screen share, we're absolutely able to. Let's look it up. Let's look this shit up. That's why I want to screen share this shit, because this shit, like, we're both learning at this point. Like, I mean, we know a lot. You know a lot. I know a lot. But at the same token, we got to be progressive thinking and never be so inept as to not think that there's more information coming and that we know it all, because everything right now is antiquated. And it's going to be needed, like, not all of it, but some of this shit information is going to be antiquated, and you're going to have to change everything you thought you knew about anything you thought you mastered, like 100%, 100-fold. So at the same token, just keep that in mind. You got to keep getting better. Okay, there you have it, the headline there. You can see it as well as I can see it. And the likes is just this. This is Money CNN. So this is valuable, reputable content and the likes. America's wealth gap is bigger than ever. So as you see there, America is the richest and most unequal nation. So something to keep in perspective. So I think one, I mean, I don't care if you have $1 billion fucking dollars or if or the likes, but I think it's so true that I think equality is a valuable thing. Within regards to civil suits or the likes, or in regard to this or that. At the same token, if you I mean, I know no one wants so much disgrace and the likes, but you got to understand the concept that there's so much you can do. Let me read off these statistics like I was going to express. Literally, this is what I wrote down. It's Senator Warren's proposal. It's a progressive wealth tax. Okay, so that's easy and straightforward, right? The tax proposes that 2% rate doesn't apply for the first 50 million. 2% wealth tax. So that's on your fortune, right? Or what might be your portfolio of the likes, right? 2% rate doesn't apply for the first 50 million. So that's that's not so terrible, right? I think if it's going to make the world better, I think sometimes you got to sacrifice a little bit in the likes. And I think regardless of the situation, I know everybody's in different situations in the likes, but at the same time, I think it's so true that if I haven't seen the mathematics behind this shit, but I think Warren is a fucking smart motherfucker, man. And I'm not trying to cuss at her, of course not, but it's just an illustration. So I think she's got some mathematicians or some shit, or some statisticians and shit working on this shit to do the math. And I mean, if it's going to help the process, then I think I'm more so for it. But I think this is not to talk about totally politics and the likes, right? So I think it's so true that the other portion is greater than 50 million. The tax 2% on fortunes. Is that reasonable or no? Leave a comment. Maybe you can enlighten me or the likes, right? I think it's so true that I think you got to realize that the whole aim, it's illustrated and iterated in the fucking title of the fucking tax, progressive wealth tax. So we got to be progressive in the fact that you got to fucking make the world a more prosperous place for not just this individual here, myself or you or the likes, for as many people as possible, right? I think that's within the scope of the conversation, right? But again, you're welcome to leave a comment after you like, comment, or subscribe, right? Or definitely subscribe, but like and comment too to notify the SEO of not only the digital realm, which might be impacted, but also the digital realm of YouTube's formulas or whatever there may be. I haven't did any research into it, but I'm sure they got some good technology, right? And then greater than $1 billion, there's a tax of 3% on fortunes. So I think Warren is a smart gal, and I think she, I don't know too much about this or too much about that, but at the same time, I think I don't know how much money this is proposed to generate, but this is the best portion of the whole idea, right? Most people in the 0.1%. Or even in the 1% as a totality, right? Are either really smart or they fucking know some really smart motherfuckers, right? So I think that's a fucking given. That's a real fucking given. And that's it's so true that with all that wealth, power, and the likes, an individual has the prominence, at least has been illustrated in past evasion, right? Evasion is just that. The rich avoid taxes, and I wrote this down on this piece of paper, so this is fucking funny. So if you chuckle, I did a good job, right? So I said this: the rich avoid taxes. And then I said ... and I said this shit is like the plague, So at the same token, I've already heard some stories that there, already plans are being devised on how to evade some of the ramifications, right? So that's neither here nor there, but I think more equality. You can't let things get so out of control, because then it takes away the liberties that was what's purportedly like best for holy, right? So I think that's so true. And that's something I want you to look into. Leave a comment what your opinion is. I know so many people are so opinionated. So fucking opinionated in the likes, and I want to hear it, and I'll try to do some feedback if it's this or that. But sometimes I'm so interested in creating more content I can't focus on past content, but I want to create a dialogue in the likes as far as, here on any platform that you may see this, and also, of course, on my own personal website with time and the likes, right? So there's so much resources out here. So, just get your hands on it and learn how to navigate the system, right? I think that's so true. So true. And let me know what you think about this progressive wealth tax. Is Warren and her mathematician crew onto some good shit, or is it literally going to be ineffective, or is it going to be maybe a step in the right direction as far as, you fucking, a billion is a lot of papes, right? It's a lot of papes, man. So that's the very, very truth of the matter, right? So again, onto the breadth of the conversation. Let's look this up. Let's see if we can find this together. This is a fucking stepping stone for me and you both, man. So I hope to God this shit is recording, man. If this shit is not recording, man, I'm about to just call it a quits, man. I'm about to give up, man. Because I just recorded the one before, and I think it wasn't recording. I'm not sure if it was recording. I think it was, but I went ahead and restarted anyway. So if this shit's not recorded, oh my goodness. I don't know if my heart can take any more pain, baby. I don't know if I can take any more pain. It's already been so rough. So rough. But look, you see Audacity, open source software. You see this, where the mouse is? Right here? Literally, so true. But this is just one of my computers, so don't get any malicious ideas, right? No malicious ideas. So many good applications out there and the likes, and sometimes a lot of this stuff's gone digital in the sense that, everybody's operating off mobile devices, right? So small devices, computers, and the likes, handheld computers in your pocket, right? So that's so true. Let's see what we got here. So this notable boss moves, and I'm winking, I'm going like this. This notable boss moves, intellectual boss moves. .com, of course. Literally, it's so true that this guy, man, Nasir Jones, have you heard of him? He created one of the best albums of all fucking time. The best albums of all fucking time, man. All fucking time. Godson. And I think it's open for contentious debate because it's so true that, everybody has different tastes, right? So this is hip hop realm, and maybe everybody has different tastes within even the realm of hip hop too. So I can't speak for everybody, but woo! That shit was not tepid. That shit was hot, man. I used to listen to it every single day. When I woke up, I'd get in the shower, put on Godson. Let me get the sequence of events correct. I'd put on Godson by Nasir Jones, then hop in the shower, jam out for 30 minutes, and then get started with my day. So that really got me through about two or 3 months of just like, not to be so OCD, but that shit was a banger, man. I'm about to turn this on after I get off here, man. I would turn this shit on right now and let you listen. I'm not sure if it works like that. I'm not sure. I don't know how much I know about this fucking, this new software and the likes, but it's so true. Okay, let me see what I got here. Okay, so this is Nasir Jones. He to give a backdrop. Maybe you don't know who Nasir Jones is in the likes. A prominent artist, one of the greatest artists of all time. Purportedly, again, open for contentious debate and the likes. But Nasir Jones literally fucking, to give a backdrop. Besides the music, aside from that, more on the the financial standpoint, I guess, there's, everybody knows in the game there's ups and downs, right? So this is not to be criticized, but I guess he was like, not living up to his potential, right? As far as that's common in, common in hip hop, right? There's a culture in the likes as far as this or that. Not to say it has to be, stay that way or this or that. Sometimes habits and traditions are formed over short periods of time, right? Or the likes, right? So, impressions can be changed, but at the same token, it's so true that, financial literacy is rampant. And I think, I'm not even sure, I'm not going to speak on Nas. Nas is a smart motherfucker, man. You listen to Godson and tell me this is not the smartest motherfucker you ever talked to, man. Or ever, I never talked to him, but literally, that's a fucking banger-ass album. But at the same token, so Nas went through some, times where people were, the media always talks, so I don't really give a fuck about any of that shit, but at the same time, they were saying this, saying that, as they always motherfucking talking and shit, so at the same time, it's so true that, Nas is now, Pluto, is fucking intense, man. Let me just type this in. I don't know if that's, it's just popping up everywhere, so I'm not sure how recent this was, but I think, Nas levels up with $340 million Viacom deal. So I'm not sure what his ownership stake was in this shit. Like, I mean, like, you know, at the same token, you think about, I just want to do the compare and contrast music and this. The biggest artists in the world. Like, there's a lot of artists that aren't that popular. They're still getting, you know, their rap success and the likes, like Claim and the likes. But let's do a compare and contrast to the most popular. If you're the most popular rapper in the world, right? And you literally aren't playing the investor game long term, thinking about tomorrow. The tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. If you're not playing that game, then you may lose over the long term, right? You may have fun in the short term, but at the same token, you can have fun and win tomorrow, win forever. That's a deep thing, but at the same token, what I was alluding to is I mean, let me look this. This is another fun fact. So we're learning together, man. This is what I wanted to do. This is what the whole point was. So how much do the biggest rap artists in the world make? World's highest paid. This is 2017, so this is a little bit out of date, but it will give a compare and contrast. But let's not include Diddy because he owns a lot of shit, right? So I was trying to get more so a figure based off someone that's just rapping, really like, you know, got a claim, but they're maybe not playing so much of this or that. Okay. So it says, I'm not reading this. I'm not even good. I don't even have time to read this shit. But at the same token, I'm seeing a lot of 33 and 30 million type figures and the likes. So, you know, that's a lot of money to work with as far as doing this or doing that and the likes. And a lot of money to work with as far as being able to create a lot of wealth. You know, that'd be pretty cool. But it's not all about that. That's not all this or all that. But at the same token, I mean, it's better than just wasting everything and then having the next generation start all over, right? So I think it's a progression, right? So I think in contrast again, the progressive wealth tax, I'm gonna have to look into it further, and I'm gonna have to get some opinions from you and the likes. But at the same time, it's so true that what I think on that is that it's totally you know, valuable, you know, to spread the love. And I think at the same token, in contrast to that, you know, less people starting over, you know, because they've been enlightened in the likes, the better off society might potentially be, right? Maybe less crime. I'm not sure, man. I can't really put a thumb on it, but back again to the conversation. I can't really describe how much Nas might have made off this $340 million deal, but you know, like has been expressed, a rapper that's just rapping, and even if he's really good and really popular, making $30 million, right? I mean, that maybe he'll be. I mean, at the same time, you got to be buying some real estate at the very fucking least, right? So I think that's pretty critical. But you know, sometimes it doesn't go down the way you think it goes down, right? But again, $30 million in comparison to Nas, he doesn't even have to rap, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the aspect, the component that I wanted to emphasize is just this about the idea that, you know, Nasir Jones, I mean, original out here in the likes. He's gotten to the point now, like with smart plays and the likes, with his investment company and the likes. I mean, I suppose I haven't did too much research into it, but my analytical intuition is telling me, you know, Nas doesn't got a rap. You know, I don't know what he owns of this $340 million, but at the same token, that's just one deal. You know, and he's doing this on, you know, maybe a yearly basis. You know, if he, I mean, he's a smart dude, so why not, right? So, you know, it's about taking your platform and using that to generate more opportunities for you, your family, your peers, your people you care about, and the likes, and maybe even the world, right? Even strangers, right? That you come to, you never met, or even that you might feel inclination towards, you know, helping, right? So I think it's cool with that. I'm cool with that in the same token, but you know, even if it's like a minority stake in this deal, you know, he's still not even rapping. Doesn't have to rap. I mean, he can rap if he wants to, whatever he wants to do, but that's the power behind all this ownership shit, you know. So that's all I wanted to emphasize. It's just that, you know, the power in that. So that's the boss move. And I'm gonna open up one of these fucking web pages. All this fucking looks shady though, man. Flytime TV. I'm not trying to cite anybody. Maybe it's some real good shit, but I like something I'm a little bit more comfortable with. So Yahoo. I think we can all agree Yahoo's got something going on. Maybe not as popular as Google and Bing at this point. Let's see. So again, this large figure here, and at the same token, even minority stake in that is just like, you know, just using your brain, you know, to generate profits and the likes, right? So again, this is so critical. Nasty Nas pockets just got filthier. So I like this Yahoo article. This is fucking some. Oh, it's by Complex. So shout out Complex. Whoever's writing this shit is the first line got me struck a chord with me. You know, Nasty Nas pockets just got filthier, and it's so true. So I want to emphasize that that's a cool line, but it's not all this flamboyant shit at the same token. That's fun. That's cool. I'm down with whatever, but at the same token, it's so true that it's just about the ownership that I want to emphasize to the 13-year-old right here, or the 8-year-old that's fucking a smart motherfucker and breaking the rules and starting to learn already. But you gotta be careful out here on the web, that's for sure, because it's dangerous. It's dangerous. So keep your. I don't know what's what, but at the same token, or the 75-year-old that's still trying to get better still, you know, and realizing it's not too fucking late, baby. It's not too fucking late to be better than you were maybe yesterday, right? So even as on a short term or the likes, it's so true. Okay, I'm not gonna read too much into this. I don't feel like reading aloud to, you know. I'm not, that's not really what I feel like doing at this portion or a segment of the podcast. But literally, here's Nas. Look, on top of the world. I don't know too much about what this was and what that was, but literally at the same token, all that financial trouble that the media was purporting. You know, I'm not sure what's what. I don't know anything about that, but at the same token, it is commonplace in the whole hip hop scenery, right? So same token, he's got his mind so right as far as get yourself an investment firm, start buying up some properties, baby. No matter what you're doing, that's for you, me, everybody. Fuck it, man. Buy a little property, man. Own a little fucking land. Maybe a little stock, man. A little bond, baby. Maybe a little fucking, got your business popping, baby. Maybe a little side income. Maybe some. You got. Like they suggest, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. So, fuck it, man. Get that paper, baby. Not that that's everything. It does have effect because not that it's the cream adage, but sometimes it's the cream adage, man. So that's profound. So again, I'm a little bit exhausted. This gets me tuckered out, but look forward to some new stuff as far as this. I'm just praying this is recorded, man, because this would be the biggest waste of fucking time if it didn't record. So let me see here. I'm gonna have to say farewell. Let's see if this is recording. It doesn't seem to be recording. Interesting. Let me see.